Howdy YouTube, and welcome to this episode of the Gunman. So this video here is number 4 in the transformation of my little Corolla from a standard boring old red roof to black roof and all the trims including the wheels, which is what we're doing in this video here. So it doesn't really matter if you haven't seen those other videos, if you're just finding this video as the first in the series, it really doesn't matter that much which order you watch them in. I've created the videos in that way. So yeah, the first thing that you want to do when you're spraying your wheels is, for starters, the first 2 months leading up to it, don't put any tire black on. So don't put don't put any silicon based tire black. There are some average water based tire blacks which they don't really work very well. It's only really the silicon based ones that give you that nice shine and luster, and also the protection on your rubbers. But I do make a mention to it because the silicons are a contaminant to automotive paint, in fact probably most paints. But yeah, if you don't clean it all off properly, you will get these fisheye effects all through the paintwork. So do your best not to apply it at all for a couple of months leading up to the day that you do plan on spraying them, or have them sprayed by someone else. And even then, when you do get them into the paint shop, give them a really good degrease, which is what you saw me doing at the start. If you have a high pressure cleaner set up, well then that's ideal. I personally don't have one set up in the paint shop. I wish I did, but we've only got one in the whole panel shop where I'm working here, and it always seems to get taken on me, so I just gave up and I just ended up using the little brush as you saw me and the fire hose. That's what I was using, so it worked, and as you will see in this video here, I didn't even get any silicone reaction, so that was a good thing. That's always one of the biggest things I've got in mind when I do spray wheels. But to be honest, I never do get fish eyes because it's something that I'm cautious of. So as long as you follow those steps, give it a good degrease, give it a really good prep sol down. If you can feel a bit of greasiness on it when you're doing your prep work, get a thinner's rag, and you should usually be pretty right. Prep sol it 2 or 3 times need be. And what you saw me spraying down at the very start that was actually some 222S, and what that is an adhesion promoter. So if you're ever unsure on your prep work, or you're ever in a hurry like I was on this specific job here, that adhesion promoter really does come in handy. So if there's any little shiny spots that you've missed, it will still bite into it and give you a good adhesion and make sure that your paint's not going to go and flake off on you later down the track. So look, usually I do my best to get rid of all of those shiny spots. But look, there's a couple of reasons. This is my own car, and I'll do what I want, and so I'm not getting paid for this. It's my own time, and I actually started at like 5 o'clock. I think I got to work. I woke up at 4:30, and I got to work at 5. And this, what you see me doing here, must have been about 3 o'clock in the afternoon on the same day. So I'd been at work for quite some time, and I just wanted to go home. I was knackered and I was tired, and I really wasn't in the mood for spending an extra 20 minutes on each rim just to get them prepped up. I'm like, you know what, I'm going to sand them down, give them a quick sand down, and I'll just throw a coat of 222S over it and be done with it. So I do apologise, pretty much all of the base coat stage was gone. So I don't know where the footage went. As I say, I was pretty tired on this day. The battery could have run out. I really can't remember exactly what happened, to be honest. Usually when that happens, I'll can the video and I would cancel it, but this is actually part of a bigger video set, which, as I mentioned at the start, is doing all the blackouts on my car, the roof, the wheels, the trims, and all that stuff. So I did decide to continue on with this video, as I say, mainly because it is part of a bigger video set. So another couple of things I'd like to make a quick mention to is that the gun that I was using at the start is yet to get a review on the channel, but I've got it in the video editor, and I've actually just got to do the voiceover, so that will be coming soon. But that is the Iwata W300. It's a bit of a funny gun. It's not my favorite mini gun. It's a great quality gun, but it doesn't put enough material out, to be honest. So for a set of rims like this, it's just a bit too slow. For the clear coat that I used on this job, which is the quartz crystal clear, it's a really, really thick clear coat. So it's a scratch resistant clear coat, and it does go on quite thick. And because that W300 just puts it on so thin, such a thin film build, it's quite a fine atomization and a fine spray fan to it. For whatever reason, I just don't find it that good for clear coat, especially on the larger areas. So this gun here is more of a MIDI gun, the gun that I'm using here to clear coat the job up with. That's the Corolla Mini Extreme 1.2. And this thing's got, as you can see, it's got a reasonable size fan. It's not too big, but it really does sort of pump a bit more material out. So it's a gun that I'm confident to use on my own rims when I just wanted to get out there as well. I mean, if I really had that extra little bit of time, sure, I could have made the W300 work. But as I mentioned before, I was just at the point in the day when I'm like, man, I want to get out of there, and I ain't got time for that W300. And I'm not going to lie, look, this is not the best set of rims I've ever painted. It's just continuation of the video set, to be honest. And look, I don't mind. It's my own car. There is a little bit of orange peel in them, a little bit more than usual, to be fair, to be honest. So, as I said, this clear coat is a little bit thicker than usual, so it is a bit harder to get it to lay down nice and flat. And I have actually noticed that it doesn't seem to flow, like it pretty much stays where you put it. So I was using a fast hardener and it was a hot day, so that probably didn't help. But all that aside, I do love the scratch resistant properties of this stuff. I've tried buffing it a few times, and if you don't go up to 5,000, you're really gonna have a bit of a headache with the buffing on it. But there's two sides to every coin, so the fact that it does dry so hard and it is so hard to buff is, well, in my mind, says that it's going to be a bit more durable. It's not going to scratch up when you wash it as easy, and it's going to be something that lasts a bit longer. So I think it's going to be less prone to stone chips, but time will tell. And this is another thing that I thought I'd throw into the end of this video. So there's that one corner piece, which sometimes you just get that. I don't know, like, there is more dust in that little corner piece than in the entire roof. Mark my words. There was like 2 or 3 nibs in the entire panel of the roof on my car, and I reckon I got like 100 in that little corner piece. But that's all good. It was an easy little part to just flow coat. And as you see here, I thought I'd just get the little touch-up brush and go over the Toyota emblem and, yeah, go body color on that. But yeah, I think it was a cool little touch. It's subtle, but it looks cool to me, and it's one of those things that, yeah, I don't know, I can be proud of. I actually just came into work, I think it was like an hour early, and just sat down and just did a bit of a touch up, and then I think I cleared them up on my lunch break and then took them home and couldn't wait. I think, yeah, this was on the Monday, so I sprayed the rest of the car, like the wheels and the body, on the Saturday. Then I came in on the Monday all excited, an hour early, and did the little touch-ups on those wheels, got them all set up. And then on my lunch break, I came in and gave them a couple of coats of clear, which is what you see now. And then I couldn't wait to get home and put them on the car that night. So there'll still be a couple more videos in this video set. So there will be one that's actually removing the halo effects. And I guess technically that video should have came first because I removed it before I put the black on, but it's all good. It's really not going to matter if you watch that one out of sequence. I actually had a chat to my mate before who was looking at it. Like, he's also a painter, and he's like, man, let's get that thing like flat, dead flat. So I'm really excited to do that. We're actually going to sand it all back with splines, and then we're going to get that roof like dead flat as a sheet of glass. So I'm really looking forward to that, fair to say, and we're going to be doing a video on it too. I've actually also recently got myself a Flex DA cordless dual action polisher, so that thing is insane, and I'm going to be doing a review on that, and we'll also be using that in the upcoming videos. So yeah, lots of reasons to stay and hang around and subscribe to this channel. Fair to say there's lots of good videos coming up in the future. I'd like to say a big thanks to everyone for watching, and if you'd like to support the channel further, you're more than welcome to go over and check out some of the merchandise we've got. My personal favorite is those spray suits. So they're a good quality Colad branded spray suit with a Gunman logo on it. There's also hats, drink coolers, hoodies, and t-shirts, so be sure to go over and check out the link in the description if you are interested. All that aside, I'd just like to say a big thanks for watching, and that is enough to support the channel. But as I say, if you'd like to go the next step, then be sure to check out some of that merchandise. Thanks for watching, and until next time, get out there and paint some shit. Gunman out.